Felt good. Warming up today, honestly, was the first time I realized it would be the first time in like a stadium setting since August. So it felt good. I had a little bit of pregame jitters, which felt good. That's always fun. And there was a great crowd out there today, so it was fun to just be a part of the buzz, get the feet wet, and settle in.
For you, like you said, it's been a while. I mean, you must have been chomping at the bit for this moment, even though it's just spring. I mean, after coming close, I know you're sure you wanted to get into the action last year, but it just wasn't to be.
Yeah, totally. I think for most of us, when you work hard all off season and try and make changes and improvements, I think everyone's eager to get out there and play more of a game-like setting. We've done live BPs and we faced the hitters we have here, but it's just fun to play another jersey and kind of etch that off the list. And so yeah, I was excited for that. I was excited to feel good. Glad I'm healthy, and yeah.
What did you kind of work on this off season? What were you kind of anxious to see when you took the mound today?
I really tried to clean up some lower half mechanics stuff, which is without getting too down the rabbit hole, like really focusing on my hips and sturdying up my front side in order to make my hand come out in a more consistent pattern more often. And so today, small sample size, but I felt like the misses were small. I felt good. I felt efficient. And putting more of the stress in the big muscles, and more in my shoulder rather than my elbow. And yeah, so I'm glad I'm healthy, and that stuff felt good too.
Like you said, small sample size, but what do you think worked best for you today? If you had to pinpoint one or two things?
Really just trying to get ahead. I haven't seen the percentages yet, but it felt like for the most part we were pitching on our toes, and that just changes the game for everyone. And so it makes it way easier to pitch. Way more comfortable. You can be more aggressive. And so I felt like for the most part that was kind of the game changer for us. And we'll try and keep that going moving forward.
Did you throw any sinkers?
I did. I threw one. It was I don't know if it was good or not. It was kind of backdoor. I was trying to go inside to Nolan Jones. Yeah. So it looked like it moved all right, and it was a strike, but it was the wrong side of the plate. Yeah.
That last curveball was pretty sharp too. Then the last pitch you threw. You seemed like you really had pretty good stuff today. You a little surprised by that? How sharp it came in for you already?
Yeah. I mean, I had no expectations coming in. I'm not really a huge expectation guy. So I was glad that the stuff felt good. I was glad that for the most part it was consistent. There's still some areas I got to tune up. Left some breaking balls, arm side a little bit too much, and missed with that sinker pretty big, but got away with it. So there's some things to tune up, but for the most part I was pretty happy with how the stuff was coming out.
What do you think is the next step for you as a pitcher, just in terms of how you want to develop and impact this organization?
Yeah, I think it's kind of continuing the trend of getting ahead of hitters, and it's as simple as that. I think for a big part of my career, I've kind of pitched and battled from behind, and at sometimes you could chalk that up, if you want to be positive, to being effectively wild. But when you're in command of the game, it makes pitching way easier, and I think it allows you to be more consistent every fifth day and get more consistent results. So I think that's the next big step for me, and that's the goal moving forward.
You've been here throwing BPs and live BPs. What's the biggest thing that changes when you get in a game setting for the first time?
I think you just kind of feel there's a little bit more of a buzz in the stadium. You don't have to work to get the adrenaline going. That's kind of provided for you. And for me, honestly, it's more so about controlling that. I like to pitch at a low heart rate, pretty calm. And so I knew that was going to be an adjustment, coming into today in comparison to how it was for the live BPs. So, that's the focus there, is just settling in, feeling good, remaining calm, and kind of keeping your mind clear of your goals in that outing.
Was there any sort of a hurdle that you cleared, do you feel like, with the arm today, or had you done that in October when you were kind of working your way back?
Yeah, I felt like thankfully I checked that box last year, and so I was pretty clear-headed from checking the box obstacle standpoint all this off season, which freed me up to really focus on improving the things that I alluded to earlier. So yeah, thankfully today wasn't like a getting over a mental hurdle from an injury standpoint.
22 pitches, is that about what you've been throwing in lives? Or?
Yeah, ballpark-ish. We tacked some on after the outing ended in the bullpen, just to try and keep building volume. But yeah, that's same neck of the woods.
Do you know how many pitches you threw in the bullpen
I got up to 35 total.
Not 57 today?
Yeah, no. Good math, though.